If you poll, and we have done this, if you just ask working and middle class people who say, many of whom, majority of whom say they don't have the number of kids they want. If you ask them why, far and away the top reason is affordability. They're concerned they can't afford to. That is an insane set of conditions. That's just totally corrosive, I think, to a healthy society. If you want a family, you should be able to have one, and economics should not be the reason you can't.
One thing that divides you from the progressive left, whatever the similarities on economic thinking, is the importance of a traditional family structure in your view. Why is the social part of the argument so critical to the economic part of the argument?
I don't even know that a lot of progressives disagree with that. I think we might disagree with how to get there, but I think most people agree that the ability to form and raise a family, if you want one, is essential and is critical. And that's without mandating a kind of, I'm not interested in like imposing a 1950s model of family life on a very diverse country and a pluralist society. That's not my interest. My interest is making sure that policy privileges the choice to have a family if that's what you want. Because right now, number one, family formation plays a totally central role in social stability in any society. Um, Kids are good, families are good, just inherently, full stop, period. And also, without that future oriented mentality, without the dynamism that future orientation brings, I think we run the risk of stagnation and sclerosis, which I think we are facing now as we become an increasingly aging society. A lot of other societies are in the same boat. Families matter, and I think if we just treat family life as another consumer choice, some of us are dog moms, some of us are kid mom. Like that's not it. Nothing wrong with having a dog. Nothing wrong with not having kids. There is something wrong with, I think, a policy structure that doesn't make it possible for people to have families if they want to. And if you poll, and we have done this, if you just ask working and middle class people who say, many of whom, majority of whom say they don't have the number of kids they want. If you ask them why, far and away the top reason is affordability. They're concerned they can't afford to. That is an insane set of conditions. That's just totally corrosive, I think, to a healthy society. If you want a family, you should be able to have one, and economics should not be the reason you can't. That, I think, is just essential. And I think the question for the left is, I know a lot of progressive friends would agree with everything I just said. A lot of them wouldn't, because they do have this kind of highly individualized view of kind of autonomous consumer choice. Like whatever choice you make, policy should be neutral. I don't think policy should penalize your choices. I do think policy should privilege certain choices that are uniquely important, and the ability to have a family is one of them.
So, are you in favor of free childcare a la Mandami?
I'm in favor. I mean, my preferred policy solution would be a monthly cash benefit to working families with children, in part because, and this is, if you poll on this question as well, professionally provided childcare is the first choice of dual income, upper income professionals only. Everyone else prefers a cash benefit because it's much more flexible and is much more conducive to a wider range of childcare solutions versus just we're both in the office and so we have to use professional childcare. That's a perfectly valid choice, and it is the right one for a lot of people. I mean, a cash benefit would help people afford that option too. But it would also afford, if one parent wants to work a little less for a while, it makes that more plausible. If you want a family member, if you want your abuela, your grandma, or whoever to come and watch the kids and want to pay a little extra to make that possible, you can do that. Um, it turns out that working class people, when you ask them, have a much wider range of preferred childcare solution structures than professionals do. And I think we over-index on professional preferences sometimes because it's professionals who are all writing policy briefs and white papers and laws. I think it's important to be mindful of our own blind spots, those of us who are in DC or in government anywhere in the country. So yes, I do think and even like a sizable majority of very conservative people or self-identified Republicans will say we think the federal government should do more directly to support working families. So the notion that conservatives are not interested in federal support for families is not true. It's the interest is high and it's growing rapidly. But the form that takes, I think, is a matter of legitimate policy debate. And my preferred form is maximal flexibility and trusting families with cash in their pocket.